What's up, guys? Today I wanted to share a tool with you and kind of change my perception. You know how our gear changes from time to time. I wanted to share with you this Camillus carbide sharpener. I'm not sure what the full name is, but it has a carbide and ceramic in there, and it has the star bits for most knives on the edges here, and a flat bit here, and I think this is for scissors here. I've never really used this part, and this is for hooks, but I use it kind of in a different way. And then you have a piece of carbide here, and I used that last night, and it works pretty good. Now I used to not use these things because a lot of people hate them, and I get it. I get why they hate them. You know, you don't want to put an expensive knife on one of these. But for us working people that don't really have expensive knives, or even, you know, $100 isn't really I wouldn't consider that an expensive knife. Shoot, they go all the way up to $500 now. But I don't have time to come out in the shop anymore and use the work sharp. I don't have time to switch out all the belts and sit there and, you know, do all that. And this is something you can whip out while you're watching TV inside, you know, and just get a quick, good edge on one of your knives if you're good with it. It's taken a little bit of experimenting, but you can get a working edge with one of these, despite what people say. At least on this one, I've had on certain knives I've had good luck and good experience with. Other knives it doesn't work too well on. You got to kind of experiment with the steels and whatnot. You know, if it's a budget steel, generally it'll do pretty well on this because it's a softer steel. But I've been wanting to get the work sharp, the portable one. I'm not sure what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But this knife is pretty dull. We used it in the kitchen at the last house right as we moved out. This was the only knife we had in there, and as you can see, it's pretty dull. I don't know if it'll cut paper. It might. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of mangles it. So we're gonna try and put a better edge on it. See if we can make you guys a believer. I'm not saying this is the best thing, but you know, for people that don't have time to go out in the shop and spend an hour sharpening knives, you know, I let all my knives go pretty far, and I don't to bring them all back. It takes a long time on the work sharp. It really does. I just don't have the time for that. I just bought a house. I work a lot. I'm sick. The holidays, you know how it is. So not all of us are successful YouTubers and just make a lot of money and sit around all day and don't do anything and review gear, you know. Let's be real. So on a knife like this, normally I start on this one to see what it does, see where it goes. And you can hear this one is cutting it pretty nicely, actually. Now I realize these arrows are the way you're supposed to pull the knife. On some of these, I'm left-handed, so I always hold them backwards. I didn't realize that. But there's a certain way you have to pull them through and run them through, I guess. And that's why for a long time these things were not working for me. But then I realized you have to go through a certain way. So now that you follow the arrows, it works a lot better for me. So, you know, I kind of check the edge, see what it's doing. Seems like it's kind of working. Usually I'll start off pushing a little bit hard. Check it. And then go a little bit softer. And then this one's cool here. I kind of like this. This one you kind of use it like this here. You gotta find the angle. At least this is how I use it. I'm not sure if this is the correct way. Yeah, there you go. See, this one works pretty good like that. I like it. I can feel a little bit on the tip up there. It's kind of hard to do. So after I got that, usually I run it through this little ceramic V here. Just a few times with good pressure. And then I back it off and just kind of lightly push it. And then usually you can feel it after that. I mean, sometimes it feels like you're sharpening it, and sometimes it feels like you're dulling it. And then for this, I kind of use it like this here. Hopefully you guys can see. This is something you can do while you're watching TV. You know, you can whip this out anywhere while you're waiting at an appointment or whatever. Just be careful where you do it at. People are going to look at you like you're crazy if you do it in a doctor's office or something. But, you know what I mean, you know, where you're taking a poop in the doctor's office. You know, you can sharpen your knives or whatever. Like a boss. Alright, so let's see what we got there. Let's see if we made any progress. Here's a sheet of paper. Before it wasn't cutting it very well, so let's see if we just wasted our time there. And just made this into a serrated knife. Oop. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Oop. Yeah, see, it's still a little iffy, but there it goes. Let's check the tip here. Got a little hiccup there. But overall, I think it's doing definitely catching better than it was before. Started to curl there, see that? It's not a bad edge. I mean, it's not on a stone or, you know, but, you know, you could sit there longer and keep going and try and refine it back a little bit. A good thing to do is to strop it after this point, maybe give it a good strop. I got a little old belt that I use for that with some buffing compound that I got on a Dremel kit that I use, and from here it'll take it up a little notch higher, you know, if you strop it a few more times. But for someone that doesn't have time, you know, that would be a good option. And that's just with the Camillus tool here. I plan on getting the work sharp one here in the future, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, don't forget to like it if you found it useful or whatever. And stay tuned for more. Peace out, guys.